Ladies and gentlemen, I just got done live streaming on T-Rich. The link is right there and in the description box below. We were playing crappy Mario Kart. I nearly lost my voice even though I'm recovering, and my right eye is twitching because of how angry I was playing that game. But we got some work to do. I took Wednesday off. We got a video to work on, so I'm gonna record this video, go to bed, wake up on Friday, because it's already Friday right now. My eye is already twitching. Work on this video and release it for you guys by 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So let's not waste any time. Let's get on with this video. Alright, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube citizens, y'all know who this is. It's your boy True Fella. Today's day is Friday, May the 12th, and time is flying by, which is good. Very, very good. So here's the thing. If y'all on Twitter, y'all probably heard some rumblings of something going on out west. I'm not gonna say where exactly because I'm not sure how much I can say about this, even though I don't know much about it. But I'm gonna, thread the needle here and say that a few content creators were invited out west. If y'all seen the pictures, then y'all probably should know who were invited out west, and they were over there to test out a feature. Now, I seen the GIF involved with the feature. I'm not gonna say what it is, but again, you can easily find all this out on Twitter. So there you go with that. Good luck with your scavenger hunt on Twitter. So there's that. But that's not what this video is about. Oh no! What this video is about is what the game needs fixing, or what needs to improve about the game before a new feature drops, because there's a lot of issues with the game, and I'm not talking about the whole remote raid situation. There's a lot of issues with the game that needs to be fixed, and it's not just mechanical issues. It's just that there's features that's in the game that just plain sucks, to be honest. So let's not waste any time. Let's get on with it. So the first thing we're going to tackle is the PvP side. So obviously the PvP community, they've been up in arms about the PvP and how things have been with the GBL portion of the game for months, and it feels like years. And in fact, one of the legendary figures in the PvP community, he actually stopped playing Pokemon Go because of how bad Go Battle League and the PvP system as a whole is. And what's wrong with it? So let me break it down to you. So one of the things that is wrong with it is there's lag. And over the past week and a half to 2 weeks, I've been noticing this lag as of late, because I actually been doing Go Battle League more often, just because I want to try it out, see how it goes, again. But yeah, I noticed over the past week or two, whatever, there's been a lot of lag. So that's an issue right there that needs to be fixed. And it's not like the one thing you would think of when it comes to lag is, well, maybe it's your internet connection. And again, this happened a week or two ago. This has been going on for a week or two straight. Not this entire time for me, but for a week or two straight, which means the lag has amplified. So it's not like my connection changed or anything like that. No, like this been a thing. A lot of people have been complaining about the lag, and now I feel like it's been turned up. The lag has been turned up, which is a problem, which is a very, very serious problem that is. So that needs to be fixed. Another thing that's been going on over the past, I want to say month and a half now, is that when your opponent bring back in a Pokemon, you don't see it. It's like you're going against an invisible Pokemon. And this came out of nowhere. I don't know what's up with that, but that needs to be fixed right now. Granted, you can't see what it is because it will show his name somewhere on the screen, so you know what it is. But the problem is, it's still invisible. Like it looks weird, so that needs to be fixed. Now, going from things that need to be fixed in the PvP world to things that need to change in the PvP world is the rank up format. So and this is really, in my opinion, outside from the lag, but this is, in my opinion, the main reason why casual Pokemon Go players do not mess with PvP. This is the main reason. The rank up format is terrible. There was only one time where it was different for a season, and then they reverted back to how it was. And that was a long time ago. So what do I mean by that? So here's how it is right now. If you were starting off this season, the more amount of wins you get, That's how much you level up. You could go a set, 5 matches in one set. You can go a whole set and win one game, one match, and lose the other 4. Guess what? You're still moving up because you gotta win. So obviously 2, 3, 4, 5 wins in a set, you move it up. Depending on how many you get, you move it up by a lot, whatever the case may be. However, that all changed when you reach level 20. When you reach to level 20 and you do another set, you're gonna convert that from level 20 to ace. So then now you're gonna be at an ace rank. And this is where everything changed. Now it goes from getting a certain number of wins to you gotta be really, really good per set. So if you're getting like 4 wins or more 4 or 5 wins, 5 being the max per set, you're moving up. Now, even with 4 wins, in my opinion, you're not moving up by much because you gotta go from a rating of 2,000 all the way up to 3,000. Because what happens? 3,000 is the highest ranking, which is legend. So there's that. Now in between, you got veteran, expert, and then legend. So veteran, you reach that when you get 2,500. Expert, you reach that when you get to 2,750. And legend is when you reach 3,000. And I think when you reach legend, you can't lose. You can't go back in rank. You can't go back in rating, so you can't go back under 3,000. But your rank does not drop, in memory serves correctly, which is good. But the problem is you have to be near flawless per set. Because, I'm losing my voice. If you get less than 3 wins, you're falling back, and you're falling back a lot, which is the problem. Which is why most of the casual gamers don't do it, because it's like they're going to be going up against people who are really invested into PvP, and it's like, bro, this is not a tournament. There's no competitive reward in this. Like, there's no rewards, but it's not like a competitive reward where if you beat a certain number of people, you're gonna get this reward over those people you beat. No, they can still get the same reward. So it's like, why is it this severe? It makes no sense to me. So, but there was this one time where, excuse me, like I said, I'm losing my voice. There's this one time, if you got a certain number of wins, you can go from ace to legend. It don't matter how many wins you get per set, but you can go from ace to legend and get that Pikachu Libre. The only catch to that is it cannot be shiny. And I remember I did that and I got all the way up to legend and I got my Pikachu Libre. I think I got 2 on me because I did it in another season as well. But that was the only time where you could do it. And then after that, nope, they changed it back up to you got to be nearly flawless per set. Meaning you got to get 4 to 5 wins per set to move up. And again, when you move up, you're not moving up by a lot in comparison to winning 2 or 1 per set where you're going to drop a lot. So casual players are like, there's no point. So that needs to be changed. They need to go back to getting a certain number of wins to reach legend, get a shot at a shiny Pikachu Libre, because it's not even guaranteed. That's another thing. So it should not be this severe. Like, if you're going to do a PvP match that's severe, that's where tournaments come in. Whether they're regionals, whether they're local, whether it's worlds, it don't matter. That's where tournaments come to play. And the casuals are not doing tournaments unless they want the experience. But that's when you should be studying and grinding with it hard and requesting coaching and stuff like that. Not to reach legend, where you get really nothing from legend in comparison to what other people would get, or at the expense of other people. So that made no sense. The rank-up format needs to change once you reach ace. It shouldn't be how you do it in a set, but it should be the number of victories you get that will determine whether or not you should get legends or not. So there's that. Now we're going to move on from the PvP side to the eggs. And this has been a major issue with me. A major issue with me. And that is this, ladies and gentlemen. The egg pool needs to be changed. And here's the thing. Pokemon that could be attained, that could be caught, that could be, gathered or got from other means should not be in the egg pool. So looking at this, if we would look at the 2K kilometer eggs as of me recording this video, here's what in there. Pichu, okay. Rimpod, okay, once upon a time that was spawning a lot. Now not so much. We're gonna let that slide. Magikarp, no, that should not be in there. You can easily get Magikarp and Mineral. No. Trappings, okay, once upon a time they was spawning, but I haven't seen Trappings spawning around for a while. So again, let that slide. Igglypuff, yes. Or Igglybuff rather. Really? Young Goose? Them things are spawning all over the place. Now, granted, obviously there's certain Pokemon that spawn in certain areas in the world where we're going to get Young Goose here, but over there they won't get it. Okay, fine, so be it. But there's certain Pokemon that still should not be in the egg pool. Young Goose being one of them. I don't care if you could get the shiny. It should not be in the egg pool, especially Magikarp. For Mantis, again, that's been spawning around. That should not be in there. Kaini, same thing. Pikipek, same thing. Bellsprout. Once upon a time, they were spawning a lot. Now, not so much. And then, of course, Lavesta. Now, Lavesta is like extremely rare. And the only issue with Lavesta is when this was first announced, there was no mention of it being, hey, it's going to be hard to hatch that, but it's still going to be in the egg pool. So you could hatch it. That's how it was at the beginning. But right when it came out, Niantic support tweeted, oh, yeah, Lavesta is going to be hard to get. And I'm like, why couldn't you say that at the beginning? Why couldn't the article say that? So, yeah, that was a fail right there. 5-kilometer eggs. Machop. That's still spawning around. So, in my opinion, that should not be in there. Marini. That should not be in there. And the reason for that is, it's a part of the PvP pool. You can get that in the PvP pool. Chingling. Okay. Tyro. Okay. Fonsley. Okay. Poplio. No. That is also spawning around. Not as much as it used to, but you can still get it around. So no. Gligar. Gligar, you could find that in around, so I'm going to let that slide. Litten, no. That also spawning around. Same with Rowlet. And then, of course, Lavesta. 10-kilometer eggs. Archon, yeah. Tortuga, yes. Togedemaru, no. Easily you can get that in the round, so that should not be in the egg pool. Axew. Once upon a time, I would say yeah, but I've been seeing a lot of Axews in the round. So, and that's also in raids as well. I don't think it is now, but once upon a time it was. So with Axew, I'm gonna lean more towards the no, but I can see why it's in the egg pool. But to me, I'm gonna say no, it shouldn't be in the egg pool. Wagwuff. Well, that was a raid boss. So if it's a raid boss now, I don't think it is. Then okay, whatever. But if it's a raid boss, no. Riolu, yes. Taiwan, I have seen some Taiwan spawns, but it's not that many, so okay, fine. Amaru, how you pronounce that? Amaru, how you pronounce that? That was extremely rare in the route, so I can see that being an egg pool. Jangmo-O, again, that was rare in the round. Now I barely see that at all, so okay, fine. Gumi. The problem with Gumi is often everywhere else. Once upon a time, if there was an event, you could have got that in the round. You could have got that from field research and from 7-kilometer eggs. It's been all over the place. So, well, okay, Gumi sustained the 10-kilometer eggs, but it should only be in the 10-kilometer eggs. And then Lavesta. Now, the other thing I will say is this. The 7-kilometer eggs, as of right now, perfect. I have no problem with them at all. Galarian Stunfisk, Galarian Meowth, Hisuian Voltorb, Galarian Farfetch'd, even though I have been seeing that in the route a little bit, but whatever. Galarian Ponyta, Alolan Meowth, Hisuian Krillfish, Alolan Vulpix, Galarian Slowpoke, Hisuian Growlithe, Hisuian Sneasel, Galarian Zigzagoon, and Galarian Darumaka. I had no problem with that egg pool. The others, yeah, but this one, I had no problem with, not at all. Now let's turn ourselves to the gym system. Again, I've been saying this time and time and time again. The gym system needs to be changed, especially since they've been promoting the teams, Valor, Instinct, and Mystic, and it's like, why? There's no competitive nature with the teams. So it's like, not in the game, so why? What's up with the gym system? Because I had to rely on Instinct to kick my Pokemon out of a Valor gym so I could get my coins. That is stupid. That is stupid. I said that many times. I'm not going to, talk about that as much, but that is a stupid gym system that needs to be changed. Let's look at the raids. Now, Campfire. Campfire should be out by now. I don't know what's been going on. Campfire should be out worldwide. Everybody should have access to Campfire. So the fact that we still don't have it, now granted I have it, but the fact that it's not available worldwide is a problem. It should be out now. Moving on. And let's look at the current raids bosses right now. Tier 1. Hisuian Growlithe, Galarian Ponyta, and Hoo-Hoo. Terrible. Because Hisuian Growlithe, Galarian Ponyta, you can get those in the 7-kilometer eggs. And Hoo-Hoo, you can get that in the route. That is a terrible tier 1 list. Now, granted, it's a part of the current event right now, but nevertheless, that is still a terrible tier 1 egg pool. I mean, not egg pool, raid pool. That's terrible. Tier 3, Galarian Stunfisk. Also terrible, because that is in the 7K egg pool. But everything else, great. Druddigon, Hisuian Braviary, Hisuian Avalugg, great. And then the Mega Raids and Tier 5s, phenomenal. I had no problem with those. Now, in regards to the whole remote raid situation, here's the idea I just came up with recently, and that is this. We need a new remote raid system. Because here's the deal, man. Like, the limit and the increase in remote raid passes, they basically kill remote raiding. And then here's another, well, I'm going to get to another thing that is proof that they kill remote raiding. But let's focus on this real quick. If you want to do remote raids with your friends, here's the idea that I have. You still got to go out, you go to a gym, and while you're at the gym, you can use a regular raid pass to do a remote raid. The only thing is you have to be out at the gym. That way you can still do remote raids with people all around the world who you have in your friends list without worrying about a limit. Like, that's the only thing I can think of to sort of issue. Granted, it still requires those who are not physically capable of going out. I mean, that's the only thing I can think of to try and make some people happy or make people more happy about it, because how things are right now, remote raiding is done. It's pretty much done. So that's the only thing I can think of to try to please to some of the masses out there. Now, here's another piece of evidence that remote raiding is done. If you try to invite people, you're going to, depending on who you invite, depending on how many remote raids they've done, you're going to get that stupid pop-up that says, one of the people you invited have already reached their limit and cannot join your raid. And I'm like, well, then can you tell us who it is? Now, granted, you can find out. All you got to do is, like, for example, I'm looking at my friends list right now. And let's say I invited Lando Alpha, Mrs. Mime, Cricket23, Zoe 2 Dots, and Trainer Spooky. All of them are capable of receiving my remote raid invite, and all of them are capable of joining, with the exception of one. And I get the message saying that one of your friends that you invited cannot join. So when I look back in there to see, okay, who is it? Lando Alpha is graded out, meaning he got the invite. Mrs. Mime graded out, meaning she got the invite. Cricket23, Zoe 2 Dots, both of them are graded out, meaning they got the invite. Trainer Spooky is not graded out, which means he cannot get the invite because he's the one who got the limit. I have to actually look at my friends list to determine who is graded out and who isn't. And whoever it is that isn't graded out is the one that got the limit. So now I have to remember my mind, don't invite him. But again, there's an easier way to do that. The message should have said, Trainer Spooky cannot be invited because he reached the limit of 5 remote raids today. But it don't say that. Why don't say that? Because they want to confuse you with the remote raiding invite, because not only do they not want you to do remote raiding, they don't want you to invite others to do the remote raids. So that's why this system is in place, to confuse you, to frustrate you to the point where you're going to be like, screw it, I'm not remote raid inviting anybody. I'm just going to do it and hope that people are there for me to do this raid. That's the whole point. Otherwise, why have that message like that? It should have just said the name of the trainer cannot join. But instead, it don't. And it's stupid. It makes no sense to me. So, but that's the only reason why it's like that. To prevent you from inviting people to do remote raids. That's the only reason. Because again, remote raiding is dead. And that's another piece of evidence leaning towards that. Now, moving on to catching. There's this one bug that's been going on over the course of the past 2.5 months, where sometimes when you try to catch a Pokemon and it pops out, it's invisible. Or not, that's not true. Your Pokeball is invisible. Now granted, you can still grow the Pokeball, you can still get your excellent throws or whatever, but the Pokeball sometimes will be invisible. And it's a weird glitch. And then also the catch animation will be invisible as well. It's weird. Like, it's not a game, well, it could be a game breaker, but it's really like annoying, and that should have been fixed as well. And then we're gonna talk about gifting. So one of the things that people want in the game is mass gifting, because they're sick and tired of selecting each person one at a time, selecting each gift one at a time, and maybe add a sticker wrapper and it's in it. Now, granted, I understand why it's not in the game because of the whole selecting one gift at a time, because you may want to send a certain gift to a certain person, and then you may want to add a sticker to that. Okay, fine. Well, there are options in the game where you could turn on or off expanded group transfers, where you can turn on or off certain other features, and that should be one of them. Like, you could cut on or off mass gifting. So mass gifting, I think it should be in the game. So there you have it. There are some of the things that I think needs to change and improve with the game before this new feature comes out. Again, I'm not gonna say what the new feature is, even though I don't know much about it, but yeah, you can easily look on Twitter and figure out what it is. So I'm gonna call it a wrap, because I need some sleep. And with all that said, y'all know what this is. This is brand new Jake Gatsby, aka New Stephen A. Smith, saying peace out, y'all, and I'll see y'all next time. Yeah.
Subscribe. Thanks, man. Do it.
After you subscribe to the channel, make sure you click the bell icon so you never miss a new video or a live stream ever again. Thanks, guys.
Lewis the trainer, articulating paint. With my tongue, I done things that people said I can't. Now they rank 'em with the elite, but it's for the people, and victory is part of defeat. Cause when you get back on your feet, then you try again. Learn from mistakes, show 'em that I got what it takes, and I'm dying to win. I'ma hit and move away.